Hope everyone is doing well today, or tonight, depending on when you're watching this. Regardless though, I hope you're doing well, because I'm recording this at nighttime. I'll be uploading it sometime in the future, and I don't exactly know when. But anyways, off screen, didn't do much. Got these light cavalry going, and I'm going to produce 3 more. I'm going to just fill it out, round out my 10 out of 10 here. And I got these stone miners going so I can plot down a castle, excuse me, when I deem it is necessary to do so. You're going to want to get masonry as well, because not that Metz is going to overwhelm you by any means, but because Orleans does get pretty aggressive. You want to be aware of that. You want to be prepared for that as well. And speaking of getting technologies, I'm going to look and get this market right now. I'm going to put it further back in my base so I can increase the amount of gold payoff that I'll get from trading with Burgundy. That's the plan of attack there. Obviously, I still have these 2 guys right here chilling over here, converting any units that I can as we go through. Ideally, you want to have more than one monk with you so you can interchange the ones you repair. So these guys are done with the stone. You have another stone pile over here, a stone deposit. Check the mini-map, and I don't believe there's any more stone inside your immediate base. But we can remedy that. Obviously, you're going to want to queue up some farms here. Take care of that real quickly. And no more technologies in terms of economic technologies that you can research right at this second. Metz is still pretty far down there. You're a ways ahead of them. One thing you might want to do, you might want to consider, you can see right here that I'm obviously not going for the gold over here first. If you don't want to have to put your villagers in danger or whatsoever, you can go for it and get rid of this guy right away. Although that'll take a while, so you're going to have to do that pretty early on if you're going to want to get rid of any danger put at risk for or that puts your villagers at risk. So you're going to get caravan. I'm going to do that right now. I just might as well take care of that. And then in terms of the rest of these structures, once they get to the Imperial Age, I would only have access to the Wonder. I'd have no need for them. So pretty much done with that side of the things. I'm going to put down a barracks just because I'm not sure where I'm going to take my military quite yet, but I'm going to put it down nonetheless. I'm going to put this guy right there. I'm going to try to keep everything in order. Put the rally point away from this barracks and get rid of that line of trees. That's pissing me off. And get rid of that mining camp because that'll just be a nuisance eventually. So we have everything in order economically. You might want to replace a couple lumber camps here and there. So anyways, for you guys that aren't familiar with what I'm doing right now, obviously I'm doing a redo of the Barbarian Betrothal. It ended up being 10 parts, which is ridiculous. I played poorly throughout this the latter part of this scenario. My previous walkthrough of the Barbarian Betrothal. So I want to get rid of that. I want to play a little bit smoother this time around. And right about now, I think it's a good idea. You can send a light cavalry out, scout out Metz a little bit. We can go see Burgundy if you'd like to as well, but it's not a huge concern of mine. And you're going to want to put a castle down. We're going to put it over here somewhere. I'm not exactly sure. So, but don't get too concerned about that. Burgundy will send a couple crossmen and possibly some long swordsmen in at you. Here's their market, Metz's market. Along with some battering rams, so you can adjust that accordingly, depending on where they hit you and what you're going to need to do. There's a castle that Metz has right at the front of their base, towards the south, right there behind those walls. It's kind of an interesting design. They have a little, I don't know, barrier of walls. It's kind of like a sandbag barrier almost. It's kind of a trivial barrier just to kind of annoy you. But I'm doing this more so not to look at all the pretty deer right there, but I'm going to get an idea of where they are in terms of their military right now. I'm going to try to stay away from that castle as best I can without getting too close to Orleans. See, they have a monastery there, and that can get pretty icky. Alright, so they have probably a couple of those guys. I'm going to try to destroy, see if I can't take out. Alright, so they got a couple knights here. Might as well start put a couple hits on that battering ram, no big deal. I could sacrifice that guy. And I'm going to get an archery range as well. Check the tech tree. They're not the great in terms of archers, but I might need some heavy cavalry archers in the future. So I'm just going to do that. Might as well. It'll never hurt you. So I'm going to put that down over there. You don't want to get your unit producers too close to the wall because you want to be able to use them, use your castles to just fire upon your enemies. So these guys are all done. Beautiful. And I'm going to put down the mining camp now, and then I'm going to advance to the Imperial Age. As I go, I'm going to get some of these technologies from the blacksmith. Don't rush it too much, though. You don't want to sap your resources right away. And there's another scout of the throwing axemen. So I don't know exactly what the time is when you are able to join forces with Burgundy, but I'm going to go scout them out right now, see where they are in their process of attacking me, because they will eventually attack you, like I said before. We got this other light cavalry down there. I got quite a few light cavalry. And I'm going to be definitely getting the hussar when I have the opportunity. So she's done. Good work for you. Good work. And I'm going to have her join the crew in mining this. Just because I want to have these guys ready and available to plop down a castle. Alright, so they're sending in their assault force. What I can do is I can start attacking this battering ram, much like if you saw the Rising scenario that I redid. In groups like this, you are able to take advantage of kind of a long. All right, so he died. A group of units marching in order like that will always not respond essentially when being hit. So you can take care of the units in the back quite easily. So I'm gonna go back to the blacksmith. That should be taken care of. And I'm assuming I'm gonna get hit right here. You might want to reinforce this with double walls. So I'm going to stop their action right now. And yes, they're going for that wall. So I'm going to start building my castle. You want to get it at the higher point. It looks like it's going to be my best option right there. And that should be able to hold up for quite some time. So I'm just going to send this guy out very quickly. Get him outside of the gate. Get rid of this battering ram first. Obviously, once his castle's up, you can put a couple skirmishers inside your castle. You don't want to have too many expensive units. You're kidding me, right? You let everybody inside here. That's a very bad thing you've just done. I hope you realize that. I hope you realize what you've just done and what you've done for. Alright, this is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Well, I'm losing villagers. I'm assuming I'm going to be able to build this castle, but then now they're in my base and it's just annoying the crap out of me. And I have a battering ram slamming into my castle. This is very poorly done on my part. So I'm going to have to produce some of these villagers, but it makes it a little bit more exciting for you guys. I'll say that. But I did a poor job there. Obviously, I let those guys inside, and we're going to lose our knight, unfortunately. So these long swordsmen will go down. I'm just going to repair this castle. I'm going to start pumping out some more villagers. Obviously, need 10 more. Might want to produce an extra one just to have them loiter around and rebuild things. Alright, so get these light cavalry in this castle. I know this block is not the greatest entry point. I got the gate right there, but it'll be able to take down Burgundy. Not that they're going to have a lot of assaults, but that very immediate one. So that was just disgusting.
Spare us, O great hearts. We would join you if you could only tribute to us 500 gold and then build a castle in our town to help defend us.
Alright, so beautiful. They have a little flagged area that you see over there. And we're going to tribute them 500 gold as they asked. So that's 400. Alright.
We appreciate your show of good faith. Now, if you could build a castle within our town, we will know that you can be trusted.
Alright, so I'm going to have to expend some of my hard-earned stone on these Burgundians. They better come through for me. That's all I'm saying here. They got a little flagged area, so you want to put your castle down here. This will allow you to protect them a little bit. Some of Orleans' units will get lost in between your base, Burgundy's base. So taking this this precaution, going with Burgundy, is going to make things a little bit easier for you. Just defending some units. It's kind of a midway point, you know, to keep tabs on Burgundy and to get in the way of Orleans at the same time. So it looks like Metz is taking an indirect route here. Alright, so that's all repaired, so that was taken care of, thankfully. And I'm going to send the rest of these guys over here to begin the rest of their duties. So obviously we're in the Imperial Age now, which is good. I'm going going to get Bracer. I'm going to stay away from the Monk research technologies, and we can't get Hand Cannoneer. We can't get Elite Cannon Galley, not that would be taking advantage of that. We can't get Bombard Cannon, so I'm going to stay away from Chemistry for that reason, but I'm going to get Chemistry and improve the attack of some of my other units. So Metz is wasting a couple of their throwing axemen. I thank you very much so for that. And any economic technologies that you can get, I would take advantage of as well. Nothing in the mill, but we do get the 2-man saw, thankfully. So 3 more villagers, and how many miners will I have? It doesn't really matter considering the hefty number of, or the hefty population limit that I'm given, and holy crap. Alright, so these guys, you want to, like I said before, I wanted to gauge where I was going to be hit, and I've definitely gauged it enough. So these guys are going to have to hustle on over to Buffalo, shuffle on over to Buffalo, start building this castle right here as this battering ram is just destroying my wall. I'm going to take a little bit more of an indirect route this time. Don't you come into my house, my domain. And I'm going to go out here so I don't let in the rest of these knights. Should be able to get rid of this first crew, and once I get rid of this first crew, Metz isn't going to be a threat. They don't use trebuchets, so long range, you're safe. And even if you want to, you can get ranged units to deal with a lot of these guys. That's
For now, we ride with the Huns.
beautiful. I'm an ally with Burgundy, so I don't have to worry about defeating them. That's just one less thing you have to worry about. So you might as well take advantage of that. And these guys, you just want to plop in here. And now that they're outside, you want to hustle on over, get rid of these 3 battering rams. Obviously, getting rid of the knights in these units are of primary importance, because once you get rid of the units, you can easily get rid of siege units and then repair on your own time at your own pace. So I'm going to get up to Hussars, because this is going to make this process a little bit easier too. And I believe I got rid of all 3 battering rams, if not mistaken. There's no shadow behind us. Beautiful. And this means I have... and their lives have been saved. So I'm going to send out all these villagers. Everybody should be previously been gold miners. I'm going to keep these guys in there. Everybody's going to be sent back to their silver and gold, licking the pickaxe duties. And this is one of the more difficult things to do, is rebuild these walls. This gate is burning as well. So rebuilding these walls, considering it's kind of hard to see past your castle, it can be difficult. You don't know exactly where you have holes in your wall or gates or wherever. So just be careful that you're not like clicking on your castle and you press delete. You know, that'll hurt you. So put it lightly, that'll hurt you. So queue up some more farms. That's what it sounds like here. And now that Burgundy's on our side, we have tons of the map revealed. Why, thank you, Burgundy, for being so generous. Obviously, Orleans, just the skeleton of it, is revealed to us very strangely. Burgundy's kind of a homily town. You got pretty meager army, more than mine that I have at the moment, but they got a great stone mine right there, so you want to take advantage of that. I am going to take advantage of that right now. I'm going to bring 4 of these guys and send them into Burgundy, because Burgundy will rid of that stone deposit, and you don't need Burgundy doing that. They're asking you to build their castles for them, which obviously indicates they're not planning on doing it themselves. They're cheapos, make you pay for the crap, so you don't want that to happen. Alright, just letting you know as we get going. So 6,400 gold is a very meager amount of gold, considering spies has been all the way up to 1,700 gold in the past, even more than that. So you're going to take advantage of that. You're going to start trading with Burgundy. I'm going to start creating those trade routes. The difficult thing about these trade routes, though, that I want to notify you guys of, is that I'm not going to start making these trade routes until I see exactly where Orleans starts to attack me, because if your trade carts are going in and out of gates, you can allow some of their units to seep inside your base, and if you get a bunch of cavaliers inside your base, you could possibly lead in a group of throwing axemen. You just don't want that to get out of hand, and it can get out of hand very, very quickly. So, alright, so these 4 guys over there, beautiful. And they're stretching pretty far out there. Stay in yo lane. That's all I can tell you. So I had a person over there still working on the gate, and hopefully you didn't hear too much of that vibration from my cell phone. So making good progress though in this part. I'm gonna get town watch. This is because I'm gonna feel a little bit more comfortable about my castles sighting some of my enemies. And progress is going well. So off screen, I plan on doing some stuff. I plan on just getting some more resources and possibly I get another attack from Mets. For taking out Mets, all you're gonna need are a good couple trebuchets, and we're gonna kind of mix up our units. Obviously, halberdiers are great against their knights. We're not gonna go with the hussar, so we want to go with ranged units are better than obviously melee units against the throwing axemen. So I'm gonna have to mix in a couple ranged units, unfortunately, and then obviously you got to go with Tarkans. That is going to be very helpful for taking down their buildings, and just because it's tradition. You're a Hun, use the Tarkan. Tarkans have a attack bonus against buildings, so I don't know if you're working against a castle that doesn't have murder holes. It's actually going to help you out quite a bit. It's going to get rid of it very quickly. So, and once the stone mine's gone, I'm going to check the mini map here. Got a market there, got a little patch there, got a little patch here, and then obviously some intersecting with Burgundy. So Burgundy, I believe, there's another couple stone piles over here. There might be one all the way in the southwest corner that they haven't explored yet. So if there is one there, I'm going to send these guys down there next. And then obviously you want to take advantage of that gold pile. Getting gold for yourself is going to make this scenario a lot easier for you. And then keep monitoring these walls, I tell you that. So one more couple upgrades to get from the blacksmith, and that's going to be all off your plate. Getting technologies organized and out of the way are very important, especially in a scenario that can get pretty drawn out. And I don't believe, even if because Orleans already has all the relics, they don't get a relic victory, so don't even worry about getting atheism. It's not that important in this scenario. In Fall of Rome, yes, it is very important, and I'll get Tarkans when the time arises, when I get enough resources going. So there you go, beautiful. She's done with that, and I'm going to start making the double walls, as I said before. That's going to be important for you in the end, regardless if some of these walls aren't going to be hit or not. You just want to, be safe at mind that you know that they're not going to be overrun anywhere, because Orleans gets pretty spread out attacks, and maybe if you have a light cavalry brigade sent out there that draws some of their units over here, they might attack in one side of the wall that you didn't have defended. So, and I recommend getting multiple castles at one spot, and that's really going to help you take out the hordes of units Orleans does send. Plus, they're pretty close to you. They're closer than you think. They have a castle right up here. They like to feed units right into the battlefield. But once you get rid of Mets, the map really clears out for you, and you obviously get to focus in on one enemy. In reference to the Western Roman Empire, they get sent out from right here after you take down Orleans town center. There is one samurai from the Western Roman Empire up here. Yes, I know, samurai. You can kill them. Kill that samurai, and it has Western Roman Empire be defeated, essentially. And so if you take out every single structure except the town center, and you save the town center for last somehow of Orleans, and you take that out, the scenario should end in victory for you. So that's a little secret strategy thought I'd highlight for you guys. So I can do the Paladin. I'm not sure if I'm going to jump into that. I'm not going to get the elite skirmisher, that's for sure. And no arbalist as well. So I'm going to stick with the heavy cavalry archer if I'm going to go with any unit. Cavalry archers have a discount as well. So I'm just going to take advantage of that. I'm going to get thumb ring first. Get those tertiary technology upgrades first before I go with the cavalry archers. And the cavalry archers are probably going to be your mainstay against those throwing axemen. So it looks like they're targeting this castle again. Unfortunately, we don't have hoardings, but that's kind of what you get. You're no Korea, and when playing the Huns, your towers and stone type things aren't that great. And look at those men-at-arms falling. How dramatic. That's got to be one of the best animations in the game. So we're getting a little battering ram raid right now. I'm going to get rid of these battering rams towards the end of part 2, and I'll see you guys at the beginning of part 3. I might be ahead a little bit more just with some more technologies. That'll be it.